Hey guys, this is Shane and welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today, hey, let's talk about the greed versus fear ratio in our online sales. For me, that's book sales. This is not just for book selling, it's really for any kind of selling, online selling or otherwise that we're doing. And it's this concept of greed versus fear, okay? We as sellers, you know, I say greed, but what we want to do is we want to maximize profit. We don't want to miss out on profit, right? But we have a fear that we're not going to get the best profit. We could sell it, not even necessarily the best profit, but we could sell it way too cheap. I mean, has anybody ever had the thing where you list something and you know, or you offer something to somebody and it's like, boom, it's sold like that, and you think, man, I really underpriced that. I could have gotten more for that, right? It's that feeling, right? So you feel like, man, I missed out. You know, I could have gotten more. But there's another side of the fear too, that if we overprice, then is it going to sit on our shelf too long, right? So, you know, I guess pick your poison. You know, or are you a person that wants top dollar on everything, or do you just want the quick flip? Or like me, I want a fair price. Obviously I want to maximize my profit. I want a fair price, but I do want it to sell quickly, right? I don't want it, if I'll take less on an item, you know, if I'm selling something for 30 or 40 bucks and I could get 25 for it, or, you know, if it's 40, if I can get 30 for it and sell it just in a day or two and flip it and keep doing that, I would much rather do that than it sit on my shelf for 6 months trying to get 40 bucks, right? So that's just me. So it's this concept, it's the psychology. There's the art of it, but it's the psychology for us as sellers. Question yourself on what motivates you, and if, you know, what can you do? What tools that you are at your tongue-tied here, what tools are at your disposal to help mitigate, you know, that to help get the highest price, but not have it miss out and not have it sit there forever. Okay, so for me, I'm an eBay seller, and you know, I've started selling on Amazon, and you know, let's tackle eBay first. The tools that you can use, that I use to help mitigate my, you know, my greed ratio, right? The fear of missing out versus, you know, and losing profit versus selling it too quick and, you know, or having it sit there forever, are this. First off, I list everything as buy it now. My books, I don't have auctions. Okay, it's all buy it now. With that, I enable best offer. If you enable best offer, sometimes if you're doing comps, if you found something that's sold, obviously in all this you have to do research, and you kind of look at what how things have sold before, which I've done some videos on that. I actually have a new one coming out on demonstrating for people that are new to selling how to do comps on both, you know, the Amazon side and the eBay side. But let's say you've done your research and you know, you think, hey, this edition is pretty nice. It's a first edition, or it's got something special. This other one sold for 30 bucks, but mine looks like it's really in much better shape. I'm gonna list mine for 40. It's something that differentiates my product than from the others and should command a higher price. All that goes into the mechanics of setting your price, right? So you have the mechanics of the price, setting the price, versus the psychology of setting the price and letting it go sometimes, right? So, but if you do a buy it now and you enable best offers, sometimes the market will just help you out, right? People will make offers, and you can decide if you want to accept that offer or you want to counter offer. So you're always in control, but that's a nice way to mitigate your fear and greed ratio, right? The other thing I find is to send offers. It's a different thing. If you send offers, if you look on your selling page, if someone's looked at your item or put it on their watch list, it'll say if your item is eligible, you can often send an offer to them, and you know, take a few bucks off, take 5% off, 10% off, and you can get the purchase, right? You get the sale, and those two things together will both increase your sales, but it also helps you if you're afraid of that you're going to really severely underprice something. You can set the price a little higher, and then you can use those tools to get offers. And if you get no bites on it, then you can always, you can always reduce the price. You can always reprice, which is something that I've really learned, switching gears to the Amazon side. It's not quite as nebulous in some ways on Amazon. It's one thing on Amazon I think that's a little more, believe it or not, I think it's, as I get into it, a little more clear cut, because when I use ScoutIQ, I see prices that people are listing things for on, just merchant fulfilled and fulfilled by Amazon. And, you want to be at that price or a penny less, right? That's going to increase your chances for that sale. And especially if you are, if it has a lower e-score, it doesn't sell so often. Maybe it's a book that's selling once a month or once every 3 months. You want to make sure that you are that lowest price, and you've got the data that can show you that, okay? So, the price really drives it, it seems like, on that platform even more. So it's, you really have to decide, I'm gonna go make sure I'm at the lowest price so that I get that sale. So it, I think it's just a little less, there's just less flexibility if you want to make the sale there. I think you just have to price it right at the beginning, or you just don't get the sale. And I think as the more and more I sell, and I guess as my space, or all these shelves and all this space, as you start running out of space in your, for things that you're fulfilling yourself, I think I tend to want to to flip things faster. Maybe when I first started, I was more, if something sits there 6 months, whatever. And I still have books that's okay for, like high dollar books, right? That I get a book and I know it's $100, $150 book. I'm okay if it sits there 6 months. There's probably one person in the world that wants that book anyway, right? So, but I think as I've done this longer, I like to turn over inventory quicker and be able to buy more material and just do it again, right? And I get more profitability out of my business for taking a little less profit, and I don't need that top dollar if I'm paying 25 cents, 50 cents, $1, $1.50 for a book. I don't need that top dollar. Sure, I'll take it, but if I don't get 50 bucks for it and I can flip it quick for 40 bucks, I'm okay with that, okay? Maybe you're in a different situation with what you're selling, but it is something on the psychology of it for you to think about. So anyway, food for thought, if nothing else. If you're new to the channel, hey, thanks for watching, subscribe. And for you guys that have been with me a long time, thanks for the support, comments. I look forward to your perspectives and things that you do, and managing the mentality and the psychology of this whole pricing issue, to the fear versus greed kind of things. And I do have a video coming out soon, update on like a sister video on this, on the mechanics of doing comps. That's sales comparisons, so to help you price, the mechanics of it. But this video was really just more about the thought-provoking part of it, on the psychology and the art of it. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.